Hello and welcome to our webinar, Get Started with Amelkis Lease. Today I hope to share some insights on how you can enhance your leasing process according to IFRS 16. My name is Henriette van der Roer and I'm from the marketing department at Global Connect Consultancy. Today in about 15 minutes I would like to explain the following to you. I'll first start with introducing ourselves, who is Global Connect Consultancy and who is our partner, Amelkis Solutions. Then I'll give you 3 challenges of IFRS 16 and what companies are dealing with nowadays. Afterwards, I'll explain what is Amelkis Lease and what are the strong points of Amelkis Lease. Afterwards, I'll give you practical examples of how you enhance your leasing processes, and I'll finish the webinar with 2 key takeaways. First things first, who is Global Connect Consultancy? Well, we are an international consultancy office in Amsterdam, and we assist companies in various matters such as IFRS 16 leases, XBRL, consolidation, and intercompany transactions. And as you can see, these are all according to business reporting and financial data. Next to our international language and personalized services, customers tend to choose us for our background and expertise in various topics, such as national and international accounting standards. Think about the discussion of local gaps versus IFRS, and we have expertise with leasing and contracts. We understand the discussion regarding whether you would implement US GAAP or IFRS, what the differences are and the similarities, and how you can deal with complex company situations. If you are, for example, an internationally active company, you're part of a group, we have a lot of expertise with working with these types of companies. So we can fully assist you, and we are also able to give you practical examples of what you can expect. The same goes for leasing. We work together with banks and with other companies that implement leases and contracts, and we know what you can look out for. Back in 2021, we became partners with Amelkis Solutions. We both share the main goal in mind, namely to ensure that companies can do their financial reporting with confidence. At the moment, Amelkis is the most dynamic software developer on the international market. Even though they are located in Paris, in France, they assist companies worldwide with their software solutions and with their service. Therefore, their Amelkis developers also create the most innovative solutions. Instead of thinking about what is important today, they already look into the future. So they really think about the company as a whole. And thereby it's no surprise that Amelkis Lease is one of the most effective web-based software as a service lease solution. It tackles on challenges that companies currently face when dealing with lease contracts. So you might wonder, what are these challenges regarding IFRS 16? Well, IFRS 16 introduces a single lessee accounting model and requires a lessee to recognize assets and liabilities for most leases. This change has brought with it the following challenges, namely implementation costs, adjusting to change, and data collection. With implementation costs is of course what type of software will you implement for your leasing. And furthermore, how will you train you and your team? These are all matters to think about before starting, because you want this process to go as effectively as possible. The same goes to adjusting to change. Whenever new implementations happen, you can see it as building a bridge. If you build a bridge and the foundation is not stable enough, it will collapse over time. So thereby it's important to start strongly and have a professional or a tool that can fully assist you regarding your processes. And lastly, regarding data collection, this is not only the collection of data, but also how do you analyze the data? How do you recognize important financial factors? These are all matters that companies tend to overestimate or underestimate. So how do you get started with Amelkis Lease? Well, now I would like to explain what the application is and also the strong points and how this application enhances your leasing but also solves these challenges I just called. Amelkis Lease is a web-based lease application that responds to the need to automate the process, effectively mass manage contracts, and effortlessly analyze data. It's a long story short, but time is money, and of course you need to have the right resources to make the right decisions. So Amelkis Lease is a user-friendly software that will effectively automate your process without you having to check if everything is done correctly. And also if you are dealing with over, let's say, 200 or 2000 contracts, it is quite inconvenient if you have to manage these one by one. So if you can automate the process and then just look back at the data and see the powerful impacts, then this will save you a lot of time, it will save you money, but also assist you with making the right decisions. The strong points of Amelkis Lease are as follows. First, the deployment is rapid. This means that within 24 hours, the software is installed and Global Connect Consultancy has trained you and your team with the application. The application is also fully customizable. So we understand the differences between, for example, a car company that leases cars and a bank. There are differences, especially regarding contracts, the amount of contracts, perhaps the country as well. There's differences in, for example, Kazakhstan compared to Germany. So the application is fully customizable to the needs of your company. Amelkis Lease is also collaborative, which means that you need an internet connection and login details, and of course the software on your device, so you can either work in the office or at home. Amelkis Lease also consists of an analysis tool. So while some lease software are only focused on contracts, Amelkis Lease also is focused on details, on data. Before I continue to the practical examples of Amelkis Lease, I would like to explain the added value in partnering with us, with Global Connect Consultancy. First, we are an international team. Therefore, we know what companies can expect and can fully assist you with our knowledge. We like to give practical examples. We have a lot of expertise and background with international matters, but also with local situations. So we really would like to assist you. If we see a point of interest and we can assist you, we will gladly do so. We also tend to go the extra mile. We strive to ensure that your company is in good hands. We think providing high quality service is utmost important. Thirdly, we are intercultural. We are a small team, but our team is very diverse. Everyone has a different background, nationality, expertise, and thereby we understand the need of communication. We ensure that you can open doors to success. So regarding international communication or various other matters, we can also assist you. Lastly, we tend to share our knowledge. We have an in-depth knowledge of the lease tool and can assist you when dealing with complex cases. So let me now show you the practical examples of Amelkis Lease and how you get started. Well, of course, you start with creating or importing contracts. The tool automatically calculates the lease liability and finance charges for each lease after the input of lease term, lease payments, and discount rate. It's also noteworthy to notice that the tool is of course available in multiple languages and in valuta. The tool also provides an amortization table for each lease, which clearly sets out the financial impacts of the lease liability over the lease term. This is useful information for budget and forecasting purposes. The tool also provides a view of the depreciation and net book value of the right of use asset over its useful life, again providing valuable information for budget and forecasting purposes. As you see here, you can attach documents to each of your contracts. These documents can be, for example, PDF, Excel, or Word documents. And these can be necessary sometimes to enhance your contracts. The Amelkis Lease contract library provides a centralized view for which contracts can be managed. As you see here, you can select new contracts, modify contracts, attach files, delete contracts, export and import documents, but you can also validate your contracts. This can be very convenient if you want to ensure that the data inside your contract is correct. If you wish to change your contract, like the content of the contract, but not change the date, you can choose to then lock and then afterwards unlock your contracts. The accounting closing menu allows you to view the IFRS 16 entries. The accounting entries are generated automatically from the information captured for each contract. All generated closing reports can then be exported to the Excel to then be uploaded in your relevant accounting tools. And as you can see here, you can also manage your events. You have various options regarding events, contract attributes, debt tracking, right of use assets, and so on. As mentioned earlier, there is also an analysis tool in the Amelkis Lease application. You can now, for example, see the number of contracts per country, your top 5 contracts, futures contracts, and so on. Most of the data is generated automatically, and it is from your contract, so you can actually see the impacts with a clear and user-friendly overview. Exporting your data also goes effortlessly. So as you can see here, we chose to export Amelkis Lease contract to Excel. And it's noteworthy to notice when you do so, you will not lose any data quality. So you do not have to go back into the Excel application to then, for example, adjust the table. No, it will immediately, without any data quality loss, export your documentation to, for example, Excel, PDF, Word, and so on. I also mentioned that Global Connect Consultancy will customize the application to your needs. As you can see here, there are a lot of customization options. We understand the difference between, for example, a bank and a car lease company or a company that leases buildings. So there are differences also regarding your local standards versus your international standards. So together, when we get started with the Amelkis Lease application, we look together with you, what do you need, what does need to be customized, etc., etc. And we ensure that you can either work independently on your contracts or together with us, whatever you desire. We have now arrived at the end of the webinar. I would like to share the 2 key takeaways for you and your company. First, Amelkis Lease is a powerful tool for managing your leases. It will not only save you time and money, but it will also place you in control of your data whilst eliminating inconsistencies. In this day and age, it's important to have tools regarding your business reporting that fully assist your process and make sure that your process goes faster and gives you more insights over your data. Amelkis Lease is a very secure tool that will do that for you, and with it, you will make sure to have success with your business reporting. And lastly, partnering with Global Connect Consultancy is advantageous. We support you in your lease journey and facilitate a smooth transition. We do not only have a lot of expertise in the tool itself, but also in IFRS and financial reporting in general. We currently assist many companies worldwide with their financial matters. So if this is of importance to you to have a professional that can assist you with your processes, then we have good news for you. We can fully assist you with this. I would like to thank you for being here today and watching our webinar. If you have any questions or remarks regarding IFRS 16, XBRL or consolidation, please make sure to contact us. We can also provide you another demonstration regarding your company for Amelkis Lease. So if you would like a demo, please contact us as well. If you are nearby in Amsterdam, you can pay a visit to our office. During business hours, we would gladly receive phone calls. And otherwise, you can always send us an email. Thank you again for being here today, and I hope we gave you a lot of insight regarding IFRS 16 and that you have a lovely day.